Hey guys, welcome back to Rimworld. So a lot's happened, but as this is a learning series, I want to take some time to describe why things have changed so much. Now first off, I'm going to go through a really quick time lapse of everything that I just did, and I'll just explain through what happened. So Grace died. She got extreme withdrawal symptoms, and we kind of expected her to die, but looking back, I probably wouldn't have even taken that colonist in anymore, seeing how bad colonists act when they have withdrawal systems, or symptoms. So, I guess, as my own lesson, having spanned several videos, I would not take another colonist very quickly with addiction symptoms. I also did have Prophet binge on some drugs, or no, it was drinks, some drug thing, and he's actually better now. He also got a shirt, which was kind of notable. Slick went to a lot of work and created clothing for him, so I'm proud of Prophet. I think that he's improved a lot. Slick has also proved to be a good member to this colony, and obviously Leo now. I had one more Wanderer join, and yes, we did survive a couple of little raids. Mainly just by cowering in fear in this, like, weird little room over here, and that's worked out fairly well, I think. Everybody has better armaments now, mainly because we've just taken things off of raiders, though, most of it's, like, really shoddy quality, submachine guns and things like that, which I can't really tell if they're better than these normal bows. I just got a normal bow from a trader who, volunteered to give us a gift, so that's a normal way to say that. Anyway, the other thing that I've been experimenting with, let me just see. That's most of it. The reason why I sped through was because, there's a tendency for when I create series, that every single video starts to feel like the same, so I thought it would be fun to just speed up a little bit. Probably if I had had a better start at the game, it wouldn't be like that, but since it is a learning series, I'm gonna do that from time to time. Hopefully, though, that will have to be the only time. And I was also just loving the game, and I wanted to play a little bit of the game and just kind of get to know its systems on my own in a context where I wouldn't really do as much learning if I did it in video format. So I guess the last thing is kill boxes. So I looked up a lot of information on kill boxes, and I've seen a lot of different versions of them, and like things that are and aren't allowed in different versions of the game, and I don't seem to be allowed to put them diagonally from each other, which some of the traps that you guys specified did have them diagonally, which looked really cool, but I think the game has since been like patched or something which doesn't allow that anymore. Unless if, of course, I am an idiot and I am mistaken, in which case, tell me. But I think that's about it. I want to do one version of this here, and it seems to involve some doors like this. Let me see what else. I think it would make sense. It wouldn't make sense to have a wall here. It's something like this. I want to maximize the number of traps that they all have to step over. So some of you guys were giving me actual designs. I'm just going to start with this. I don't think that we'll get raided by so many that we'll actually need all of these, but I wanted to put out some sort of, defense layout. I don't know if this format is going to work as much anymore, but it still looks cool, and I want to have it around there. So I think I'm going to leave that in there. Let's see, what else? Granite spikes here. Yeah, I could do this. This would be fine. If I did something like this, and then I just did walls like here. This might not work exactly. This will be similar to what I have in a different spot. Yeah, you know what? We can cancel that, and that means that there's 2 layers here now. And we'll have to, remeasure this part out, but for the most part, this should be okay. This would be a start to one trap area, though I fear that they might come through the door, too, so I'd have to watch out for that. Anyway, let me just see. Starvation. So Slick is starving, but they've got tons of food. We still aren't able to cook meals really well. What is Leo in cooking? I'm still trying to get to know some of these guys. He's level 4 cooking, so he's a slightly better cook. So he might actually be able to start, doing something useful with this. So I'm going to get production going here. And I think that the next room that I really want to do is a kitchen. It'd be good to get a fridge and a kitchen. Psychic drone, low, male. Okay, that's very bad because we're all male. So, Slick, what are you doing? They actually do have time now to just kind of like fuck around in the colony, and Slick has been cutting rocks day and night because we've been using a lot more granite for our constructions. Don't think it's like the fastest one to use, but it's good in the long term, I think, because it's supposed to be a very strong stone. Not as beautiful as marble, though I don't actually think that we had any marble here to begin with. And we are going to need it. I'm a little bit concerned because they're planting a lot of crops. Sorry, and it's December-y. I believe it's December-y, it's really fun. Oh yeah, and I may put on the mod for Fahrenheit Celsius, because I realize that a lot of the people across the pond are used to reading temperature in Celsius, so I guess it just helps me, but possibly something I'll add next time. Actually, I should have added it this time, but alas, I have already begun recording. Let's see, we've got a herd of muffalo up here too. That would be really good because we would get their milk for the next winter, and just in general, it would be a really, really good thing. We're going to want to tame, if we can, a male and a female, though I think that will use up more food, but we've got enough food at this point that I'm not too worried. I don't know if they're like vegetarians. They don't call them vegetarians if an animal... herbivores, not vegetarians. If they eat only plants, but... I will find that out right now, I suppose. Let's see, what else? So yeah, they're going to do this. You know what, though? I mean, if it has gotten warmer, and September it was much colder, I think we might actually be okay, because they're planting crops on their own, more or less, here. Rice should also be fine, because it, like, takes years and years to spoil, which is fine. I guess I'm not really that worried about... And let me just do... about raids, only because we have so many things, so many wonderful things to hide behind, and we do actually have a fair number of shooters at this point, so that if they did see somebody come in, they could fend off a raid fairly well. I would like to get one kill box going, so that there's like some no man's land where they have a lot of room to fight the enemy, and that is often one way to construct these things. So if you get a lot of shooters in your colony and you manage to get sandbags up, you can do that just to give yourself the optimal firing position and range all the time. Another thing that it's supposed to help with is turret range, so that later on raiders can't, like, get pot shots on our turrets, which have very low range at times. Okay, we have a massive, it's the psychic drone, and he's also revenant. Well, why don't you eat something, man? There's all that food, and you're just sowing flowers. And I told you you could do anything all day if you wanted. Low psychic drone. Actually, one weird, excuse me, one weird outcome of Grace's death was that, Slick actually became happier. My rival, it's almost going to expire, too. Grace died, and he was pissed. Another thing that we did was I just switched bedrooms for Slick, because he's very greedy, so he needs an impressive bedroom, so I give him this one. Let's see. Vomit. Clean up his own vomit. Good. Leo's gonna eat something. Low food. Well, we do not have low food. That's a lot of food. That's enough food for now. Though this meat is going to spoil very soon. I probably should not have done this. Anyway, that brings to mind the next thing is that we gotta start researching so that we can get power going. Or we could get a passive... Ooh, actually, a passive cooler in here would be okay. Now, I don't know exactly... A traditional unpowered cooler that works by water evaporation must be regularly replenished with wood. Not efficient enough to... Okay, so it won't do anything for refrigeration. And I think you need to have it a much, much lower temperature. I think it's below... It's below freezing temperature. To get food to be refrigerated. So in Fahrenheit, that's 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So I am worried about that. I'm not really worried about that, though. So screw it. One thing that I noticed that was really, really good about this base, though, is the fact that we have almost a perfect defense from the north. Or from the west, because there's just a giant mountain there. So we're never going to get raided from the west. I don't think that they could ever possibly do that. It's always going to be the north, the east, or the south. So I might just wall off some of these passages, because they have to come through here or here. Yeah, you know, I mean, if I were a raider, like, it would be very inconvenient to go there. So I'm gonna get some of these walls started. Let's just do... Granite might be a lot of material to use here, but 85 granite doesn't seem like that much. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be completely wrong here, but we've had a lot of stuff to deal with. And it seems like Slick can actually get done with a lot every day in terms of granite blocks. Or at least way more than I expected. So we can wall off those 2 areas, and then get more traps going up here. Alright, good. Those have turned only into minor break risks. Though, one thing I want to be really careful about, and I should not, like, screw around with, is that Leo is... I was pretty disappointed to see this, actually. He's really artistic, which is nigh useless at this point in the game. At least as far as I know. I don't know, maybe he can really do something good with that? Actually, can he do something really good with artistic? Not that I know of. I mean, maybe I could create some massive piece of art to make him... Oh god, actually now that I think about this, maybe there's something amazing I could do with the fact that he's an artist. I'm gonna create a sculptor's table, only because maybe he could add to the beauty of the colony, and that often makes them a lot happier, especially with their bedroom, and it might make Slick's bedroom more than slightly impressive, but very impressive, which would make him very much happier. But I feel like I've spent so much time just trying to make Slick happy about his bedroom that it is becoming just inordinate and horrible. So what else? Okay, so basically by the end of this video, I'm hoping that we can get some basic defenses laid out, like just a lot of granite for that matter. None of this will happen. Just an FYI. It's hope. Basic defenses. That other kill box. Part of this one. And what else? Jeez, oh man. I'm not sure we'll be able to expand the base. But yeah, actually that would be enough. If we could get those defenses, and if we could just get... Ooh, maybe we could get something here. So this is a wooden sculpture table. So a grand sculpture. Alright, screw it. Let's give it a try. Yeah. Let's see if he can do this. I've never had a colonist sculpt before in my entire life, to be honest. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least. But Leo is really, really good at art, so... hopefully he'll do a fantastic job at it, but it's taking him a really, really long time. Holy crap, I may completely regret this. He's like 1% of the way done with that. And he's got a major break risk. Ravenously hungry, ate raw food. Can you somehow take a break? Oh good, it's not something that he needs to do all in one sitting. Okay. I just want to see if I can get this done, because that would get rid of a permanent... slightly impressive bedroom 3, but it would actually give him a really, really good buff if that did happen. Minor break risk. Oh yeah, so in deferment of a massive dialogue I was about to have, or monologue I was about to have, he's a pyromaniac, he's a psychopath, and he's abrasive. So he's basically just terrible in terms of social relations in our colony. So we don't really like Leo for that matter. But he is good at construction. And you know what, like, if he can make up for his abrasiveness by creating something that is a work of art, I would be pretty happy with that. All around. I just hope that they don't attack us when we're halfway done with these defenses. But we do have a wall of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these traps. I was told by some of you guys that this is, like, the wrong configuration, but the one redeeming part of it, I will say about this, is the fact that they have to run through an entire gauntlet. So... one fear with this type of trap arrangement, at least as far as I can tell, is that there's a possibility if you're dealing with lower numbers of raiders, that some of them would go... Where are you going? There he is. Okay. That some of them would go through a path to your base that's safer. So, like, maybe they would all run through the side passage, and then you have a lot of traps over here that were not moved over by other colonists. I might be an idiot there, but I think that it makes sense. But on the other hand, too, you'd have to have a really, really long hallway if you wanted to go much further with this, because it's been frustrating to watch the AI sometimes path through this door, and then sometimes through the hallway. But generally speaking, they do it through the hallway if I, like... If I move my colonists in a relatively okay manner. Leo, you are so hard at work, man. Ideally, we could put another one into this bedroom, but how does Prophet feel about his bedroom? Now, they're getting a minor disturbed sleep debuff, but that's really not that bad in comparison with the other things. Dull Barrack. Huh. Not only that, but I also share it with other people. Yeah, okay, so there's that. And ideally, we'd like to give them their own rooms. Though I've just had so much, stockpiling I've had to do. Maybe that'll be another thing that I'd like to do by the end of this video. If I could get Prophet his own bedroom, and if I could get traps up, that would be ideal. So let me see. That, and this will sound counterintuitive, but I would like one of them to, like, really prioritize cleaning. Only because, like, that tends to be a massive debuff, or just, like, it's a low-hanging fruit. It's something that we could really easily fix up. Alright, so let's see. Slick. It's basically at work at this. I'm gonna just let them go crazy with recreation, because, in general, it's really good for their moods. And we're still at that extremely low expectations point, too. So we've got some time left for the storyteller. But not that much, you know? Alright, Leo back down from a day hard at making art for Slick because he's greedy. Okay. If they were real people, they would be so pissed at each other. Oh, and who is taming this Muffalo? Warden handling. So who's our handler? We'll want to get Prophet off of handling because he's not a very good one. We'll want to give that to Slick, and that would be good because I can't remember what Muffalo can do exactly. Some animals can haul, and almost all of them, if not all of them, can attack. So I'm not really interested in the attacking potential, but I know that if you get like a warg, they can be really helpful in hauling stuff, and you could just have them bring all of like your chunks back. Like Slick wouldn't have to waste so much time walking back and forth and going out in the misery, if he had an animal that could do that for him. But I haven't seen any wargs around here either. We have some grizzly bears though. Oh no, dead Muffalo. Spoils in 2.3 days. I'm actually going to allow that so that they don't have to do quite so much hunting. But, now we've got crops up again. Okay, Prophet is going in. He's eating. Oh, yeah, and before I forget that, ultimately, I'm thinking that I'm going to want to have a kitchen in here. So let's get wood-fueled stove. We won't be able to get an electric stove for a little while. Eventually, we'd want to get like a nutrient paste dispenser, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But let's get out a fueled stove for right now. We're still on a lot of our very basic needs, only because we got so sidetracked. And now we're thinking about defenses. Why are you... Oh, that's why you're walling that in, because it's a wall. Oh, that was an ignoramus thing to do. Okay, let's get a granite wall. Eventually, we'll get one there. Prophet's on a minor... Now, why are you on a minor break race? Yeah, because they're eating raw food again. Well, here's the thing. If we can get this over here, if we can get a stove over here, I'll be in way better shape. Let's also get, let's also start thinking about maybe making this into a fridge, only because, I created all these hallways. Why do it for naught? Let's do this. I'm thinking that this area we're just going to reserve to be some bullshit over here, and then we'll want to... actually, no. No, it won't be some bullshit. We'll do a granite wall, because I'm just going to try not to build anything out of wood anymore for the sake of good practice. Only because wood burns, and your life is just so badly ruined if you build things out of wood, especially defenses. So I'm going to delete this stockpile zone. I'm going to make a new one here. I'll put it right there, and then this is eventually going to turn into the fridge. Let's deconstruct that crafting spot. Let's expand this zone just to cover there. Then we'll do production, crafting spot. And we'll put that, like, here. Okay, so now they're going to bring corpses there. They'll butcher them, and then... Is this what I said there? Okay, yeah, so we'll do corpses And I should also do food in here. Corpses and food. I like to do corpses and food, not chunks. Don't allow rotten. And we'll put basically a cooler here as soon as we can get it. But before we get a cooler, we're gonna need a research bench. So I'm gonna put this in. Can Slick manage this in his bedroom? Like, he's a good worker, but a little bit fuck him because he's so greedy, you know? I feel bad for it, but, like, yeah. Okay, so we'll see if he can manage that, and then we'll want to get, like, a fridge going here. We'll get a fridge, and then eventually we'll move these production zones, and we won't mine this out just yet. We'll mine it out once we research electricity. But I need some sort of, like, power, because right now, the problem is this. I've got all of... Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no. I had access to a wind turbine already? But do I have a battery? I don't believe I have a battery. Chem fuel powered generator. No, I've not done wood-fired generator, though I hear that they use, like, way too much. Way too much wood. Oh, God. Let's research a battery first. Because that way we could build a lot of wind turbines once it's safe somewhere over here. And then we could store that power in a battery. And then that would give us pretty much constant refrigeration. That would work better than some of the other bullshit that I have in mind. Okay, wow, they're actually getting a lot of work done here on this. I feel bad that Slick has to go out and get every single granite chunk from just, like, in the world, but you know what? That's fine. Bandit camp request. I haven't got any quests yet, so I may as well give it a chance and read about it, though I don't think I have enough people to really reliably do this. Alright, so we get some cargo pods, and I don't think I'm gonna end up going on the bandit quest, only because we've got only 3 people, and they aren't really geared for assault at all yet, so I think we're just better off staying at home. Boring as that may sound, but I think things are actually starting to look up for us, so I don't want to mess up what we do have here. And good, they are going through the door, they're not going through the trap. This may turn out to be horrible later on, who knows? But likely not. Wow, this is really taking a very long time for him to create this. I'm also not going to have anyone work on research just yet, because I think I would prefer him working on these granite traps, and I have had, like, really weirdly specialized colonists come in over time. I remember I had one colony that went really well when I first started playing the game, and it was because some guy came in and he had some sort of thing like this. He had, like, no hands. Is Slick just cleaning the whole world? Oh, good for him. You know, that's actually fine because we're spending a lot of time out here now. And, but why are they both? Did I mess that up? Clean. Is that under? No, clean. It's third priority. For some reason, they're just both out here doing that. All right, you know what? I'll allow it. I think it's funny. Actually, it's not that funny. Cleaning rock rubble. Why don't you bring back a granite chunk, dude? Oh, you know what? It's because there's no stone cutter table. Okay, so I'm actually gonna have him. Let's have him create a lot more granite blocks. Let's have him do it till we have. We're always gonna want this many in reserve. Oh yeah, so this is setting up workflow. This is a lot like Dwarf Fortress. We're always gonna want, let's say, 110 granite blocks in reserve. So that means that whenever Slick does not have 110 granite blocks, or anyone for that matter, they're going to make granite blocks, or someone will. And we will need that for the rest of our defenses. Now, what was I saying? Okay, so cleaning the world. Yes, great, because as they run around throughout the place, and I've started to pay more attention to this as I play the game, their sense of beauty goes up and down. So when they walk past beautiful things, it's nice. Whenever they don't, they get upset, and that might change their mood. So, like, if you have somebody walk into a room full of dead bodies and corpses and traps, dead bodies are corpses. If you have somebody walk past all of those terrible things, then that means that he's gonna be pissed off, and might suffer a mental break. So don't have all that stuff together. And it's brought one other new thing to mind. And that's the fact that I've got all these nice corpses here laying out. And I might put them all right in front of my traps, just so that enemies that come through might suffer mental breaks. And I could also put a bunch of, like, chunks there, too, just because they'll be like, ah, it's so horribly unclean here, and there's so many animal corpses in this passageway. I'm going crazy! And then your enemies will just suffer a mental break instead of ever getting to, you know, see the light of your base at all. Ever. Okay, good job now. And insulting spree, Slick. Oh, shit. That was kind of unlucky. I don't think he was really that unsightly environment. Okay, so there. Okay, so then that makes sense. And one thing that we'll actually have to do here then, because Slick is so upset and now he's gonna go out and insult everybody, is this. We're gonna have to do this. I think the reason why he went crazy is because he was working in this environment. Let's just make this kill box a little bit smaller, and he's actually going to make the rest of our colonists feel worse, so that's absolutely terrible. Let's just cancel these, and we'll go in with, actually, we don't even need it there. We could go like this. That would probably be enough for a kill box for us right now. I'd better be careful of the way that I think about this. Let's just... Ooh, yeah. We're gonna want to leave those open, but we're also gonna want to cut them off from the line of sight from our colonists. So let's do this. I'm gonna cancel this wall and this one. And this one, and then we'll do this. Granite here, so that this way, I think you can sort of see what I'm getting at. Okay, so basically there's going to be a passageway for our colonists to walk here to get to the door, or enemies will walk through here because this door is here, and I don't think that they'll prioritize walking through the door, though that will be determined, and this will also prevent our colonists from seeing the terror that is the trap kill box. Yeah, one thing that we need to do is just check and make sure, because they can't actually see some of the beauty, at least I think, they can't see the beauty over here, or it works over in this section, that if they can't see past this wall, they never get the, like, mood debuff from seeing those traps. And colonists hate seeing traps because it makes them sad. Okay, Prophet's eating, and he's gonna... Good, he's gonna put out the fire. Now, Slick is just insulting everybody. Can I just see? Insulted 4 times. Okay, so basically, Slick... This is a really, really terrible mood thing. I don't think I've had this in a long time. This is really one of the worst ones, because it's going to cause all of your other colonists to go on mental breaks. Does he just insult them while they're asleep? Oh, thank God that that one ends fast. That's actually a really, really funny event. No, don't go to bed. There's a fire in your bedroom. I know it's right outside, but I don't want to... Okay, that one will go out on its own. That's fine, that's fine. I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't have worked on that art project so much anymore. Like, maybe Leo's efforts were in vain. Now Prophet's going crazy. Okay, I'm probably just... that's because he's been insulted 4 times. Unfortunately, it takes them so long to get over Grace. I guess, like, the longer that they've known them, the longer it takes them to get over it. That could be bad, and, you know, it could lead to a lot of problems down the line if you had raids like that. You know, a lot of your colonists die in a raid, and then they all get negative mood debuffs. Like when Boromir died in the Fellowship of the Ring. Legolas was upset for days. Thought he'd never come back. Okay, good, we're playing horseshoes. I might want to give them a better source of recreation. I don't honestly know about which of these sources of recreation gives you better fun. But I imagine that the more expensive ones are probably, excuse me, more fun for your colonists. So I may give them like a rec room, excuse me, and a dining room in the near future. Major breakers gone private. Now, when does that wear off? Insulted. Oh. Prophet might go crazy next from that. He doesn't go... Well, he's the one who binges on drugs when he goes crazy. Slept in the heat, decent barrack, soaking wet. Disturbed sleep. It's not looking too up for him. Alright, well, In the meantime, we don't need to worry about that stove, and we can get this fueled stove in there, so they can hopefully get rid of those terrible mood debuffs from the meals that they're having. Good job. Actually, you know what? I'm trying to think which of these can wait. And I don't want Prophet to go crazy. I know that he's in this area, though he actually doesn't get too... Insulted 5 times! That's really the only negative thing right now, though. But I gotta keep in mind, though, too, like, we're gonna need to get some really impressive furniture, because he's still got that, like, extremely low expectations moodlet. So that's, you know, helping him get by, and it's actually affecting him more than the insults are. So, in the future, even without insults, he'll be doing worse. Okay, they're cleaning. The one thing that I am okay with is that it seems like that they're taking time for some basic tasks. Like, now where are you going now? Cutting stone blocks from truck. Okay, so that's good. And Slick is doing this. Now, one thing I might want to do at this point is start to set up some work priorities. Only because Prophet's a much better builder than the rest of them. Now, I don't want Leo constructing because they'll waste too many materials. Slick, what is your construction skill anyway? In construction, he's at a... Ooh, that's not so good. He's at a 2. I might not want him to do any construction, to be honest. So I think I'm going to go back into work. And let's just take him out of that. Well, we'll give it to him as 4th priority. Like, really, really low down. He's never... Whoops, that's hunting. Am I going crazy? Constructing. So we really won't want him to do that pretty much at all. Really, Prophet is the best at this, so he's doing most of it. And what about Leo? It is actually pretty high up. Hide in room, Prophet. Okay, so he's hiding in his room. Oh, he got hungry. I should have prevented that. Oh, well. He's upset, I understand. But everybody else is in a good mood, and he got insulted 5 times. So he's probably going to have a little catharsis, and he'll be in a great mood for days. He did have a massive catharsis after his binge on, I think it was like Psychite tea. Oh, that's a lot of fire. You know, it's crazy, but like nature has fully replenished itself since the last one. Honestly, just might let that burn. Because we got this rock over here. It doesn't look like there's too much for it. This could cause as long as that tree doesn't go on fire. Please don't go on fire. Please don't go on fire. Actually, who am I kidding? Let's just put this out really fast. Slick, you extinguish that fire. Don't go on fire, too. That's probably enough because I just don't want it to burn to this side. If it burns over here, that's pretty much fine by me. Actually, you know what? It's too easy to put it out, and it could go bad. So let's just take our time here. Prophet's crazy. Slick, you put out the fire. You insulted everyone. Asshole. Does he at least have his good bedroom now? And did we at least finish that sculpture? We're still not finished with the sculpture, but we're getting really, really close. One thing I might want to do, only because we're spending so much time in here from architecture, eventually I will make it not be a stockpile zone, but let's do furniture. And just to make it a little bit more pleasant, let's put in a torch lamp and potted plant. We do have potted plants in our... Okay, so we're fine on the other ones with potted plants. Major break risk on Leo. Why? Ravenously hungry. Why don't they feed themselves more? Don't rest, feed yourself. Oh, we have not been hunting any food. Wow, I'm an ignoramus for that. Let's see. Those muffalo do look delicious. Actually, we've probably, like, replenished enough berries now by this point. So let's go in here. We'll harvest. And we'll do another harvest over here. And is that edible? Dead squirrel, desiccated, dead for... Okay, so then that thing is really, really not good. That is not a good squirrel to eat. Never mind. And let's... Oh, if it is raining now, then let's take off that spot from our home zone. So we'll clear out that spot. We'll also clear this out. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense either. Oh, this is why they were cleaning. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna want to get rid of that from our home zone. I was like, why are they just cleaning in the fields? I thought it was so charming and funny. but it was certainly not any of that. Okay, and we'll also not want them to wander over here, so I'm just going to take this away from our home zone. Only because if they start to look in here, they'll get very upset. But let's just see, though. Oh, so they are getting that. I wonder why they're getting that mood debuff. Maybe it's because this is underneath a mountain, and that's why. So what I might end up having to do is to, like, put an open door here, and then roof this area. Or, like, maybe an open door up here. I think I'm going to try that and just see if the mood debuff happens, only because they do wander around here occasionally. And I would like to see how that part of the game works. Let's go granite door, and we'll just hold these two doors open, so that way these two will be open, so raiders will still come through this way, but we can get in and out this way. Okay, let's see, major break risk on Leo. Ravenously hungry. We don't want a second one to break, so let's just go out and hunt something. Or even, he's not assigned to plant cutting. Well, he can be a plant cutter for right now, even though that he's terrible at it. Only I don't want to interrupt other people's days for this. Like if Slick, I think Slick could hold down the fort on his own if he had to. Great job, Leo. Okay, so Leo has some food, and he's gonna be okay. Probably gonna be okay. So that's fine by me. Minor break risk, that's fine. We still got the fire going, and profit. I don't recall, I feel like that there is a way to see how long they are from finishing their mental break. Malnutrition. Oh, he also lost his left little toe to frostbite in the winter. Sorry, forgot to mention that. That was kind of random, honestly. Okay, Slick has that. And let's also just designate a few more animals for hunting, because they were doing fine up until that point. H, harvest. Okay, there we go. Yeah, as much as possible, I try to use the hotkeys. Now, some people have asked me about, like, what, I don't see you clicking anything, but, yeah, just in general, I don't know, maybe since I started doing programming when I was in college, I just really started to use hotkeys a lot more, because I did not use them enough before that. Let's harvest these heal roots as well. We might, we don't have somebody who can grow, but we are starting to use up a lot of the heal root around here. I think we'll just continue getting what we can from the wild, though. That's probably fine. Oh, one weird thing was that when he was high, Prophet went over to the hive, and he started eating the glow pods around it while the mega spiders were asleep, which I just thought was really weird. I don't really know what else to say about that, but just really, really strange dude, I guess. He's got some unusual tastes. Likes to eat alien eggs. I don't know, though. Maybe they're delicious. Let's see. Major break risk again on... Okay, Prophet is back out. He snapped out of it, and that's good. Would be nice to get those meals soon. But, you know, I rest in this fact. We've got this whole thing done, and now they're getting food. We are being raided. Okay, let's do one last raid. And then I think I'm actually going to end it there. Okay, so these people are abnormally weak. Everybody is okay in our colony now. Nobody's going to snap. Let's just see if Prophet can get a couple more seconds. He's going to sleep. I'm actually going to see if I can fend off this raid with Leo and Slick. So let's just, yeah, stop sowing that flower. You go over there, Slick. Only because I don't want to interrupt his sleep. Slick, you finish eating for a second. You are so happy. I just don't want to interrupt that. Okay, now take out your gun. Alright, now let's get, this. Okay, so we don't have any traps set up there yet. How is our cover looking in this spot? We could get a few pot shots on them, but Slick and Leo are also not very skilled fighters, I'm aware. So I don't think they'll be able to do much. Here's my fear. If I run them over here to this side, will they attack Prophet? Or will they set something on fire? Now, I'll be in better range if they do set something on fire, and I don't believe... I might be an idiot about this. Can granite go on fire? Granite has a lot more HP than wood, though, so it can't go on fire as easily if it can. At all. Oh, maybe you could put that fire out? No, they can't put the fire out. Okay, we're gonna have Slick just come back here, then. They are actually getting alarmingly close. Well, we're gonna figure out what they can do to granite now. Leo's over there. You're here. Slick, can you just, like, have them run over to you? Good. Oh no, don't go to the roses. Don't go to the rose bed. And good. Okay, so they're gonna set our goddamn fields on fire. Oh, that's bullshit. You know, they might just be doing that as like a preemptive attack. I'm just trying to figure. Now here's my thing. If I take these two through this door, they're both fucked. Because they're gonna get screwed over there, but... maybe if I hold this one open... he wants to beat the fight. Well, I'm not gonna let him do that. Oh, gosh. Maybe if I bring them over here, he's gonna run. Okay, good. We got one to run in. And what about the other one? Okay, the pirates from the Dark Goblin are fleeing. Okay, I'm gonna send them both out because I want to see if they can capture Cell. Now, what is Cell like? He's actually not that bad. If we could capture this guy, he would be great to have in our colony. Let's just see if we can fight him and capture him. Attack him! He would have gunshots, though, and we would have to recover him from that. Let's just put one person on that, only because I don't think it's gonna happen. There's a slight chance that we'll... yeah, we are not gonna be able to catch this guy. Okay, you know what, screw it. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna get the fire out, and we killed one. So we did a good job. That was a big guy, too. Oh! Are you not assigned to put out fires? You would prioritize planting roses over... I feel like there should be a oh, he can't do firefighting. I am sorry, I forgot that he was a pyromaniac. Well, he is useless then. It is terrible if your colony goes on fire and the only sane one left is a pyromaniac, because it's happened to me. I think it happened to me in my very first playthrough. Oh, Slick, you're alone in fighting actually, he'll be fine. I just wish that I don't want to wake up Prophet, because he just got better. And is he in Catharsis now? I know there's a fire, major break risk on Prophet. He's still got that insulted debuff. Okay, so that is going to go away because of the Catharsis, and we'll be fine. Alright, I think I'm going to end it there. I guess next time we'll finish up the traps. We finished up one trap. I'm kind of proud of us for that. We got to remember to hold open those doors next time. And I'm kind of surprised that they are not using this trap room. So this goes to show that this is probably not the most efficient way to run it, because they will try to screw up your base, even if your colonists are still there, so... oh, there's another fire. Alright, anyway, I think I'm gonna end it there, and, yeah. Thanks for watching. As always, I will see you guys in the next video, and as always, this is a learning series, so if you have any tips at the bottom, please leave them, and I will read them all, and try to comment, and respond, and get into the debates as they rage on. Alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.